And after confronting the wonders and sorrows of being human, the seagulls were a gift. I was below the deck on the ferry when I first noticed them when approaching Aegina. On our way back, with less people on the ferry and good sun protection, I got to climb to the deck and experience their joy. At first, I thought they were fishing or only following the ferry because the tourists would throw morsels of food for them to catch. I thought that perhaps they were riding the ferry to save energy, but no. Soon I realized they were surfing the wind. They were playing, catching the streams of air produced by the ferry, the lift of the wind, the air pressure that sustained them in the air for seconds or minutes at a time. No flapping, just extending their wings and floating, as if gravity did not exist. If the air pressure waned, they would flap towards the back to catch the wind again. What a privilege to enjoy their games, to feel momentarily as if I could also extend the tails of my shirt, white like their white bellies, and be lifted up, nothing pulling me back to my very human limitations. The Seagull, a poem by Daffy William, translated from Middle Welsh by Glyn Jones. Gracing the tide warmth, this seagull, the snow semblance moon matcher, the sun shard and sun gauntlet, floating, the immaculate loveliness, the feathered one, fish-fed, the swift proud is buoyant, breasting the combers. Sea lily, fly to this anchor to me, perch your webs on my hand, you none among ripples, habited, brilliant as paperwork, come. Girl glorified, you shall be, pandered to, gaining that castle mass, her fortalice. Scout them out, seagull, those glowing battlements, reconnaître her, the air complacent, repeat my pleas, my citations, go, girl, gull, where I ache to be chosen, the solos she pluck up courage, accost her, stretch your finesse to the fastidious one. Use honeyed-eyed diplomacy, hinting, I cannot remain extant without her. I worship her, every particle worships. Look, friends, not all Merlin, hot-hearted, not Taliesin, the bright-browed, beheld the superior of this one in loveliness, cypress shapely, but derisive beneath her tangled crop of copper, gull. Oh, when you eye all Christendom's loveliest cheek, this girl will bring annihilation upon me, should you answer, sound, gull, no relenting note. Seagulls by Gerald Gould. Two seagulls flying alone and away, gold in the dying gold of the day. Soon will the silver soon pass out of sight. Silver they'll be in the moon and sped in the night. But never I hear music cry from the strings, and never my dear sits by me and sings. But I shut my eyes and the soul looks far, and there, lost gold in golden skies, my seagulls are. How beauty wandering wakes, who knows, for beauty the heart breaks at the song's close. Flashing, sailing, turning, from all but themselves apart, my gulls are flames burning at the beauty's heart. Seagulls, a poem by Edwin John Pratt. For one carved instant as they flew, the language had not simile. Silver, crystal, ivory were tarnished, etched upon the horizon blue. The breeze must go unchallenged for the lift, and carriage of the wind would stain the drift of stars against a tropic indigo, or dull the parable of snow, now settling one by one within green hollows or where curled crest caught the spectrum from the sun. 1,000 wings are furled, no clay-born lilies of the world could blow as free as those wild orchids of the sea. Seagull from Afar by the Jan Stojanovic. Lie on the ground and listen to the grass. Hear the silent signals from outer space. Dream by making and make by dreaming. Feel what the trees bathed in sunlight feel. Gaze far to see the seagull emerging from the sea. Imagine that today is the birth of the world and greet it. Greet the old bird. Daydream, a poem by A.S.J. Tessimond. One day people will touch and talk perhaps easily, and loving be natural as breathing and warm as sunlight, and people will untie themselves as string is unknotted, and fold and yawn and stretch and spread their fingers, unfurl, uncurl like seaweed returned to the sea, and work will be simple and swift as a seagull flying, and play will be casual and quiet as a seagull settling, and the clocks will stop and no one will wonder or care or notice, and people will smile without reason, even in winter, even in the rain.